All right, yeah. Let's get right into the video. I'm Ashok Krishna. I run this channel called as Project IT, where I document my life. I started this in eighth grade with the aim of getting into an IIT, and now I've gotten into an IIT, and now I document my life here at IIT, and also want to use this channel as a platform to help people who are preparing for JEE Mains, JEE Advanced, etc. related competitive examinations. Now, there is one question that has been frequently asked in the past two videos, comment sections, past two videos apostrophe comment section. என்ன கேட்டிருந்தாங்கன்னா இந்த மாதிரி मॉक टेस्ट எல்லாம் எப்படி பண்ணுறது அப்படின்னு கேட்டிருந்தாங்க. क्या पूछ रहे थे कि मॉक टेस्ट को कैसे अटेम्प्ट करना है या फिर मॉक टेस्ट के बारे में बताओ कुछ, हाउ डू यू राइट इट, व्हाट वेर माई स्कोर्स एक्सेट्रा. So I think that this aspect is very much important because you are now at the end twilight period of your JEE prep. So it would be foolish of you. I'm being very honest. It would be foolish of you to just go out there and prep for theory now. You can't do theoretical prep now, and that is something that you should have done. The past 2 years. Many people have done. Many people have not done. It is completely fine if you have not done as well, because you can expect a very good percentile with the rest 1 month that you have if you work out that 1 month in a proper manner, right? So regarding mock test is basically you writing a test or you giving a test in JMain pattern, and the questions are also in the JMain level. These are JMain mock tests, right? This is the plain definition. So why are mock tests really important? And what do you consider to be good mock tests? What do you consider to be bad mock tests? As in, which one should you favor more, and which one you should not favor a lot, right? There's a good amount of difference between them. And how do you improve your score in mock tests? What do you do for it? Do you just study the theory again? Yeah, for you, do you do the test analysis for it again, etc.? So these are the points that we're going to discuss. Now, let me tell you about my mock test story. When I started with matlab, full scale prep, what I did was the first test I remember. I was a part of FITG's integrated program in Chennai, right? Pinnacle integrated program in Chennai. And the first full JMain mock test that they'd given, full syllabus mock test that they'd given, it was actually a bit tougher than the actual JMain pattern. It was quite tougher, and I'd gotten 73, I guess. 50 से लेके 75 तक, 50 से लेके 75 तक, हाँ, एक नंबर था मेरा नंबर. I think it was 73. I might be wrong. It might be 63 as well. But you can get the lower is not as bad as 50. It might be 60 something, and the higher range is 70 something. I don't properly remember, but I feel it was 73, right? And that is 50லேருந்து 75 வரைக்கும் இருக்கும் என் மார்க்கு. பட் எனக்கு எக்ஸாக்ட்லி நான் ரிமெம்பர் பண்ண முடியல. எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சு என்னோட என்னோட பிரெயினில் இருக்கிற நியூரான் கேப்பபிலிட்டி அளவுக்கு ஐ ரிமெம்பர் தட் 63லேருந்து 75 வரைக்கும் இருந்தது. எனக்கு தெரிஞ்ச வரைக்கும் அது 63 கூட இருக்கலாம். ஐம் நாட் ஷுர். பட் yeah, giving an idea, let us take 65 to 70 was my average score. What happened was I was very, very devastated after my test because I was expecting to score at least 120 plus. I could have easily scored 120 plus with just proper revision. It was a tough paper. It was moderately tough paper, and 120 plus would have been a really good score. And I was very devastated after that, and I started calling my seniors like, Anna, what am I supposed to do now? What are the chapters which I need to do now, etc. And I have a very, very good friend of mine. I don't know if he watches these videos and all, but he's right now in IIT Kharagpur. He's in mechanical. He's in second year. A very, very good friend of mine. And I called him up, and at that time it was December, so he was in a sem break. So I called him up, and he was like, I want to meet you, bro. I want some advices, etc. So he gave me this very golden piece of advice with respect to the um, last phase of your JMain prep. He told me that test analysis is a gold mine which many people forget to do, which many people forget to utilize properly, right? You can't do a mine, you can utilize a mine, right? So what you're supposed to do is, right now, you're supposed to take full tests, right? Be it you've done your syllabus, be it you've not done your syllabus, it's completely fine, because test giving increases your exam temperament. It increases your ability to withstand towards any exam pressure, या फिर any exam time yips, any exam time, thoughts of self low confidence. The more and more you give tests, JEE also becomes another mock test for you, the actual paper. So what I'd suggest you to do is, if you're doing full time prep now, do at least 3 to 4 full tests per week, and after your tests, take a half an hour break and immediately get back to test analysis. Now, where do you do the test from? You go to a coaching, if it's a reputed coaching, follow their test series, right? Yeah, for you have your Math on Go test series, which is good, which is really good. You can go for that. या फिर you can just write previous year papers as tests, right? But with the constraint that you shouldn't have solved that year's papers questions. You get my point? You shouldn't have been like, bro, I solved 2025 k previous year questions, so I'll write 2025 k papers as mock test. You can't do that. So if you have solved 2024's previous year questions, then you can write 2025's papers as full length papers, right? You have all your resources. You can use marks app में free में test मिलता है, hopefully शायद, because it was there till till when I used. After that, after May, I've completely stopped using it. So yeah, you have to write those tests and you have to analyze it properly. And what do I mean by analysis? You look at the questions, right? While you're writing the paper, you know that कि भाई मैंने ये तुक्का मारा है, நான் இதை வந்து சும்மா எழுதிட்டேன் அப்படின்னு உங்களுக்கே தெரியும். அண்ட் வந்து லக்கில் வந்துருச்சு அப்படின்னு உங்களுக்கே தெரியும். मैंने ये तो किस्मत में आ गई मुझे, आपको समझ आता है, राइट? while you're writing the paper. And sometimes you know that ki I'm pretty fucking sure about this concept being used in this paper, in this question, and you don't need to go back to those questions. The questions that you need to go back to are the right questions which you got by a stroke of luck. That's the first type of questions you need to go. You need to see, okay, which concept did I apply and which concept is actually being applied, right? You have to see if your thoughts match, because that is the right way of learning. Because if the in the examination, if a question comes based on the particular concept used in the question, and you use a wrong concept thinking that कि मैंने ये प्रॉब्लम, ये टाइप का प्रॉब्लम तो ஆல்ரெடி சால்வ் करली, நான் இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ப்ராப்ளம் முன்னாடியே சால்வ் பண்ணியிருக்கேன்னு யோசிச்சு நீங்கள் போனீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு வந்து புரிஞ்சிடும். அவ்வளோதான், simple words. So this next second thing is, you need to look at the questions which you obviously went wrong in, right? So you need to categorize them into 3 types. One is easy, one is medium, one is tough. The questions in which you went wrong, but you know that the solution is easy, you know that the concept applied is easy. Same for moderate and same for tough. And you need to you need to make a list of them, and then go to the questions in which you did not attempt, and you need to look at them and you need to see, why didn't I attempt these questions? And once you're done with the analysis of all these 3, go back to the questions to which you didn't attempt and try to solve them once on your own. If you're not able to solve them on your own, it's fine. Look at the solution, understand the solution, and then nowadays you have chat gpt, right? So, or perplexity, or whatever AI tool that you use, go to AI and ask AI to give a question based on the particular prompt. That is, the prompt should be कि मैंने AI पे डाला, and then give me a question which is similar to this question which has already been asked in JEE. ऐसा एक क्वेश्चन ढूंढ के मुझे दो जो ऑलरेडी JEE मेन में पूछा हुआ है, एंड ऐसा टाइप का क्वेश्चन, मतलब सिमिलर टाइप का क्वेश्चन जो ऑलरेडी JEE मेन में पूछा हुआ है. தமிழ்லையும் நான் சொல்கிறேன், சாட் ஜிபிடி இல்லை பர்ப்ளெக்சிட்டி போயிட்டு நீங்கள் என்ன பண்ணணும்னா, அந்த கொஷின் இருக்குல்ல, அந்த கொஷினை காப்பி பண்ணிவிட்டு சாட் ஜிபிடி கிட்ட நார்மலாக கேளுங்க. இந்த மாதிரி இதே மாதிரி ஒரு கொஷின் எடுத்துக்கூட JEE மெயின்லேருந்து ப்ரீவியஸ் இயர்லேருந்து which uses the same concept, and it is similar to that question. Once you're done with that, you're going to get a list of 2 to 3 questions, and you are going to solve them on your own. Once you solve them on your own, you'll know the concept and you'll never forget it. With proper revision, you will never ever forget it during the tenure of your JEE prep. And that is how you're supposed to do the analysis for the questions in which you didn't do, which are moderate and which are tough. The questions in which you went wrong. The questions which are easy and you went wrong, you're supposed to make a note of silly mistakes in a particular separate book, and then you're supposed to revise it periodically. हाँ, ये तो मैंने गलती कर दी. Because the more and more you are ashamed of your own mistakes, you won't make it in the future, assuming that you want a good rank, right? So these are the things. And regarding my mock test score ke improvements, what happened was, my first mock test, as I told you, was 73, and then slowly it improved to around 100, because the level of difficulty was also the same as JEE main level, and then it became 100, and then post 100 it became 110, 120, 130, and by January attempt I was consistently scoring around 140 to 150. So I was expecting कि हाँ भाई, मतलब टफ पेपर में 140 तो स्कोर कर रहा था मैं, एंड आई वाज एक्सपेक्टिंग कि भाई 99 तो बन जाएगा, क्योंकि टफ पेपर में 140 स्कोर कर रहा था, एंड आई वाज कम्प्लीटली रॉन्ग. मेरा तो 95.369 बना. நான் என்ன யோசிச்சேன்னா 130 140 150 ஸ்கோர் பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தேன் டஃப் பேப்பர்ஸில். ஸோ நான் என்ன யோசிச்சேன், இந்த மாதிரி வந்து எனக்கு வந்துடும், எனக்கு வந்து ஒரு 99% கண்டிப்பாக வந்துடும் அப்படின்னு யோசிச்சுட்டு இருந்தேன். பட் அது நடக்கலை. கடவுள் வேறு என்னமோ பிளான் வச்சுருந்தார் எனக்கு. அண்ட் பை த டைம் ஐ வாஸ் ப்ரிப்பேரிங் ஃபார் JEE 2, those scores improved from 130, 140, 150 to 170, and sometimes even 180s, and I think I reached 190s once, right? So yeah, things like that happened. And but at the end, my JEE 2, I scored I think around 140 something. Mine was 7th April shift 2, and I got a very bad percentile. I think I scored 130 to 140 or something like that, 130s or something like that, but my percentile was really really bad. But anyways, moving on to the last and the important section, should I prefer mock tests over chapter wise tests? For this, I would suggest that if you have not done any prep, right? This is for students who have not done a very good amount of prep or have done decent amount of prep, right? There are going to prep, right? So there are going to be a couple of chapters which are going to be difficult for you. So what it suggests is take 15 to 20 questions from those chapters and solve them as a chapter wise test to test your knowledge on that particular chapter, on that particular topic, and then move on to full syllabus test, right? And this should be parallel. So let us say you take 10 tests in 2 weeks. It should be like कि तुमने 7 टेस्ट लिया which is full syllabus test, and 3 टेस्ट लिया which is these chapter wise tests. So you need to make sure that you're doing all of this, and again do the same test analysis that I said before you, and you can see a lot of improvement, especially. And I also suggest part wise tests. Let us say your math is pretty weak. My math was really weak. I was scoring 3, 4, 5, 10, barely scoring 15 in JEE main papers after a year of serious prep. In math I only spent a year. The other chemistry I spent the entire 2 years. Physics I spent around 1.5 years. So I was scoring 15, which was not a good score, which was not a very good score, which was not a which was actually kind of terrible. So I called up my friend who was in IIT Madras AIDS. He who is in IIT Madras AIDS. If he's also watching this video, I highly doubt that he's watching this video because he has other good things to do. He's in IIT Madras AIDS. Anyways, he told me to try to do part-wise tests. So basically, you do a set of 1 hour tests specifically for math. So what I did was I didn't do it for 1 hour. I did it for 1 hour 20 minutes because I knew that I was going to allocate 1 hour 20 minutes or 80 minutes for mathematics alone, because mathematics is lengthy. So I did that, and then my score slowly improved from 10 to 15 to 20 to 30 to 40, and at the end I was consistently scoring in 40s because I used to selectively write or selectively attempt 12 to 13 questions during those 80 minutes. So yeah, I think that is the entirety about mock tests, right? I'm sorry I'm unable to do a lot of proper editing. It's because I don't have the time, I don't have the expertise, but I'm trying to make better content. The only thing that is good here is the lighting, right? This is my table lamp that I use so that it is a bit visually pleasing for you guys, because I consume a lot of content on YouTube, and I know that if the content is not visually pleasing, then people aren't going to sit and watch a person talk for 13 minutes, especially without subtitles as well. And yeah, so that's it for this video. And if you have any doubts regarding any other particular topics, I will definitely do this. I made this immediately because there was a lot of comments regarding how to improve your mock test, where to do your mock test from. I've given the list, and there was also one specific comment. I think someone was a dropper and he or she was scoring around 50 to 60. So I'll make a separate video for that as well, and because I need to get some inputs from droppers, because whatever I make here, the content here, it's not something that I make just so I get viewer audience. It's something that I make because I genuinely wanted someone to present me this information in a way such that I remember it. So that is why these videos are very long. But yeah, I hope that makes sense, and thank you so much for 1000 views. on the JEE main story video. I'm really happy, and I'll try to make more videos possible. And I'm going to IIT Kanpur for inter IIT, representing IIT Jammu. I'm very proud in representing IIT Jammu because it is my college and it is going to be my home for the next 3 years. So if anyone who's, I don't think anyone from IIT Kanpur which would watch a video from a guy who's from IIT Jammu. But yeah, if we can meet up, then drop in the comments. So I'll see you guys in the next video then. And I'll try to showcase IIT Kanpur's beauty as well to you guys, as a source of motivation, हुक्का बार एडिट motivation. चलो चलो पढ़ लो, पढ़ेंगे. Bye 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 bye.